Hi, my name is Dan Carter. I've been a performer for the past 11 years now, martial artist for about the same time, and a stunt performer for the past 2 years. It started when I was 7 years old. I tried basketball, football, soccer. I tried everything, basically. And at the age of 7, my mom said, okay, we'll put him in martial arts, we'll see what happens, and it just rolled from there. Really simple as that, and then I just stuck with it. And I can't tell you why I stuck with it, why I kept going back to get beat up, but I enjoyed it, and I loved it, and I'm still with it today. This is very internal. You have to really dig deep within yourself. I mean, you're always thinking about what's your motivation, who motivates you, what is it that keeps you going and wakes you up every morning, and that's you and whatever else you're thinking of. I like it because no one else is doing it. I mean, it's becoming much bigger and much bigger, but it really is a feeling of expression that you can only show because not everyone has the same moves, not everyone can do the same flips, or even if it is the same move, it's done differently. And that's the coolest part about it, that everyone has their own little flair with their material. How do I feel when I do a stunt or a trick or a flip? That is, well, I mean, you can't really think, because if you think, then you usually mess up. So the whole time you're winding up or you're doing it, it's speed. I have to make sure I'm doing this correctly. The technique looks good. Because anyone can just whip a back flip, whip a front flip, do a side flip. But it really comes down to the little things. Like, are my hands tucked? Are my toes pointed? Are my knees close to my chest? But once you do that so many times in practice, it really just becomes muscle memory at that point. So you just feel light, I guess. You're flying, you're in the air, you gotta move to the next move, so you can't really think about the move you're on right now, you gotta think about what's next. But eventually you get to a point where you don't think. But, I mean, light is what I would describe it, if there was a feeling. I believe that everything is tied in. I was raised in the martial arts school saying dance leads to martial arts. Martial arts is from dance. A punch is nothing but a wave. It can all be used together. The differences would be stunts is more performance. I mean, you have to perform everything that you do, but stunts is primarily performance if you're performing. But if you're free running or if you're by yourself, it's very internal. Whereas you can be on a whole nother spectrum where you're in a performance and you're with a crowd and it's hyped and there's live music and there's sword fighting and everyone's cheering you on, or you could be on a beach practicing. So it's very internal in some cases. I believe that martial arts, dance and everything, when you're in practice, that's the internal part. But then when it's time to perform, you get out there, you really got to sell it to the crowd.